Well, because before I get too addicted into Fortnite, which I clearly was, which is why I haven't been, which is why my first two videos were with Fortnite, and if I keep continuing this, I feel like it's gonna get worse. I do want to finally upload this video of what I thought of Umbra and the new Sacrifice trailer, if you are curious what that is. I will leave a link to the trailer in the description, because it was announced at the last TennoCon. Also, if you also want to hear about the Plains of Eidolon, if you heard about that, it's in my TennoCon video too. I mentioned the Sacrifice, which is the new quest involving Umbra, which also gives a few other things of how the Warframes work, where you get to learn about them and stuff. But moving on from that, I wanted to give my opinions, I guess, or thoughts about what's going to happen in the Sacrifice based on the trailer and from what I've heard when I seen it. Because when I seen it, I was hyped up. I went crazy. I was very curious about one thing in the trailer, which is what I do want to start off with. In the trailer, a little bit, I'd say like 30 or 40 seconds in, maybe around that time, which actually I think that's how long the trailer is. Somewhere in the trailer, you can hear from what I've heard, it's a heartbeat monitor. With Ballas speaking. And what Ballas says in the beginning of the trailer goes as follow. If I can remember, if you could trade, would you? Surely. All miracles require sacrifice. For their life, yours. And many people do not know what that means. Many people keep saying, oh, sacrifice your Tenno, sacrifice a Warframe, sacrifice Lotus, or sacrifice your 11 Forma MK1 Bratton. Which is what I'm not going to do. But that's what they're all saying. You gotta sacrifice something. I personally think that we're not going to sacrifice anything. It's just going to tell a story of something that happened. Maybe Margulis, because we don't really know much about her. We only known a little bit from the War Within. That's really all we could get. And from the... well, they didn't even tell much in the War Within. We get one message where Tenno says they tore her apart, and we suspect that she died. Tenno killed them, or adults killed... I think. I think the adults killed them during the void jump accident, which is the Zariman. Oh, come on, Suda. But, yeah, that's what we get. I think it'll tell if Margulis is sacrificed, because, if we looked into the lore a bunch, the Margulis sacrificed herself. She went blind, she got her eyes ripped from her, something along those lines, and I think, if I can remember, yeah, she did die. She sacrificed a lot to keep us alive during the Zariman accident, the void jump accident, whatever you want to call it. But she sacrificed a lot. They could tell the story and go more in depth about Margulis, but they said, oh, it's gonna teach you more about the Warframes themselves. So I'm kind of contradicting myself a bit. Like, I don't know if it's gonna actually be a story about some event that happened a long time ago that we as the Tenno don't remember, or it's going to talk about a person that we haven't really gone in depth about. Maybe Ballas himself, which is why they showed an art panel of him. They showed what he looked like during the dev stream, I think. During a dev stream, I think they showed his art panel, and they might go in depth about him, because we hear him in every single Prime reveal or Prime trailer. It was in Oberon's trailer, Valkyr Prime's trailer, Saren Prime's trailer, everyone. All the Prime Warframes that are currently out, he spoke in all of them. And we don't know who he's really talking to. I don't know who he's talking to when he says these things. All miracles require sacrifice. If you could trade, would you? Who is he asking? That's what I don't know. But he might... I don't... People say he's talking to himself. I think he's talking to us, maybe. He could be talking to us, if I think about it, while we're... Whoops. While we're in cryo sleep, or not cryo sleep, or something like that. But, I don't know, did Ballas actually see us, though, as we are now? So I'm not sure what to actually expect of this. But that's really what I think. I don't think we're gonna have to sacrifice anything at all, in my opinion. I don't think it's not gonna be that literal just because it's the sacrifice. You don't really have to freaking do that. Because I'm not giving away my 11th form of MK Bratton. So that's just ridiculous. But other than that, I do want to... Is there anything else? I do want to get into... When Hydroid Prime's trailer is coming out, I wonder if I think Hydroid Prime's coming out before the Sacrifice trailer, so maybe we can listen to what. No, eat. Go upstairs. Okay, my mic cut off, but I was saying. Maybe if we listen to what Ballas says for Hydroid Prime, maybe it could give another clue. That's one thing that I can kind of go off on. Maybe. I'm not really sure. All of this is just guesses, really. So, nothing's 100% accurate at all, if anything. So, I don't really know. It's a mystery, but I do know for sure I don't think we're gonna sacrifice anything. Nothing literal. Nothing literal at all, really. As for Umbra, I don't know what he goes into this. Does Umbra have a Tenno? That's what I'm curious. Did Umbra's Tenno die? I thought this at one point. Did his Tenno die? Does the Warframe still live? It could be possible because the Warframes did have a mind of its own at one point, from what I've heard. If I can remember clearly. Things are drawing a blur. It's early in the morning too, so I can't really get my mind straight. It's like 10:21, but Umbra's if Umbra has a Tenno, he might have something to do with it, like Harrow did, because Rel got trapped inside Harrow. It could be a similar, well, not similar, but something like that something in that situation category. If Umbra had a... Because everyone's portraying Umbra to be evil, because Umbra does mean dark in Japanese. Umbra means dark. Or if I'm wrong, you can correct me on that, but Umbra means dark, that's for sure. They're all suspecting him to be evil. Some say Ballas is gonna take control of Umbra, some say, like, Stalker's getting into this, which I don't think so, even though he was involved on Lua in the second dream. But what I question is, was Umbra there while the second dream was going on? While we were getting the moon out of the void, while we were in those Orkin towers, was Umbra there somewhere? And did something trigger to, when we came into that pod, something trigger him to start appearing? Now that's the most thing that I'm confident in right now. Because it's going back to Lua. And Lua only started mattering when the second dream happened. So maybe Umbra... something made Umbra start coming out. He was like maybe asleep, like in a dream, like the same that Lotus put us to Tenno in. And since what we did at the second dream occurred, it happened. It's something, it triggered Umbra, maybe. I'm thinking, maybe. It's possible. That's my most accurate out of everything I've said right now, so... but it's going back to Lua. The only times we've had to go to Lua was in the second dream, during the Silver Grove, but that one doesn't really matter. It's like, it doesn't really portray to the story, it gives you little inside the story. And I think another time we had to go to Lua was in The War Within. So they might do it again, where it's just keep looping around back to Lua. Wait, did we go to Lua in the War Within? I'm gonna have to look. I need to look at the video again. I need to look at my video again and see what happened. I think we went to Lua though. I think. Because you did have to complete the second dream to do it. I think we did, but yeah, but it keeps looping around back to Lua. And it's looping it around again, as we saw. That was the background in the sacrifice trail. I don't know why I couldn't remember that. But then again, it's been a long day. It's more early in the morning. Okay, don't judge me. But that's what I'm thinking. It's looping back to Lua as if something's hidden in Lua that we keep overlooking, and now they're actually going to tell us about it. Because Lua is decaying. Like, we saw the buildings crumbling, or the mountains crumbling, not buildings. Well, I guess Orokin Towers are buildings, in a way. It could. Possibly. But yeah, everything was destroying, and maybe through all that rubble there's actually something there that we should be focusing on that we keep missing, and it's probably very vital to whether it's regarding us, whether it regards Lotus. I mean, in the second dream, I mean, not the second dream, the Chains of Harrow, they were going up to, they're referring to Lotus as she's not who she portrays she is. That's what... It's confusing, but it's more accurate than what I've been hearing. It sounds more accurate. It has some things in Lua that we haven't messed with yet, and it's super serious, and that we gotta go deal with it, because maybe our lives are on the line for this. Umbra's a key to something, maybe. And there was some sacrifice that had something to do with it.
You have new quests in your codex.
They're gonna tell us something. There's like some story of a sacrifice that somehow involves us to get involved into it, because all these quests have always had us having to get into it, like investigating it. And the Chains of Harrow, something going up the Red Veil, and them seeking help to us. The second dream, with something going on with the reservoir, which refers to us as vital, and the War Within, as in like weird transmissions or something involving the Twin Queens that we have to investigate. It's gonna be something like that. It has to get us involved somehow, and if they're gonna get us involved into it, it has to be something pretty crucial to our existence or someone else that we care about. Like I said, Margulis, which might want us, if they're gonna center it around her, she's gonna be the reason that we actually get involved in this mess with Umbra. Because I don't know if Umbra's gonna be an NPC, I don't know if he's gonna be a Warframe that we can actually play. I don't know if he's gonna be a skin. Some people say he's gonna be a skin. It could. But that's all I know. Something's gonna get us involved. And, basically, if it's about Margulis, something about her is gonna rise up and have us be curious, because, you know, we don't know much about her. We can't even remember her. We can't even remember what she looked like in The War Within. The Tenno couldn't remember her face, but they remember what she did, what she said to them, just like their mother. But that would be one reason to get us into this mess with Umbra. It could have something to do with Stalker, which it only did in Second Dream, but I highly doubt that. It could have something to do with Lotus. Lotus telling us to go back to Lua and go find something, whatever. If she's found something or whatever, she's sensing whatever, something about sentience. Hun Hao, maybe, because it is on Lua, and that's where sentients are. So maybe with Hun Hao again, if we really have to deal with him again, because last time we dealt with Hun Hao was in Octavia's Anthem. We don't know if he's dead. Well, he's not dead. He can't die at this point, as far as we know right now. And that's pretty much the only things that has to do with a sacrifice. Or with the sacrifice story or trailer, what it's giving at least. That's the most that I could go on. That's honestly the most I could go on right now. I'm not sure what else could work. But then again, it's all guessing. Um, I could be wrong about some things, definitely, because my words are just all over the place right now. So it's not completely accurate, but that's basically all I had. That's all I had to talk about this whole Umbra thing. I don't think we're gonna sacrifice anything. It's nothing that literal. It's gonna tell a story, definitely, and it's gonna be something about the Warframe. So maybe about Margulis, because she was kind of involved in that. And maybe about the Orkin themselves, because they made certain parts of them made the Warframe. So that's basically all I had. Any opinions? Go ahead and tell me, and yeah. But I hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's pretty much just me rambling on about what's going on, what I think is going to happen, which probably isn't going to happen. So, I'm going to end the video here. If you enjoyed, go ahead and leave a like. If you didn't, that's perfectly fine. If you want to know where I'm at, be updated on what I'm doing. My Twitter will be in the description below, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next video, which I'm not sure what to put up next. Probably Uncharted or something. I'll think about it. But hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.